this is kind of a question I've had when you talk about Atlantis and those things, is that if history repeats itself as we know that it does, what would make it any better or different this time that we don't screw it up? Because we don't seem like we're so evolved right now.
Well, we only have when you say screw it up, you're completely right. But we only have a very limited window to do that evaluation. But something changed. This whole shift of consciousness is very real. And when you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, where I get to play with the archangels and others, and in terms of communicating with them all the time, and understanding how this fall of consciousness came, which took 1 billion years, according to Metatron, to occur. But that 1 billion years wasn't all bad. It was the whole process of creation is creation. And so as density began to become more conscious in what was called the fall of consciousness, as I want to say experiments, but take that softly, not in a big way, is the new aspects of creation trying to create more into density to understand physicalness, because you got to understand physicalness is like a grain of sand in the grandest, sand pile in the universe. Physicalness is all we know, but when you begin to play in the level of spiritual consciousness, physicalness is just a little piece of creation, but it's all we know. When you start to understand this whole aspect of shift of consciousness, there was a aspect of the fall of consciousness where it's like you turned the screw a little too hard and all of a sudden it broke. And for many hundreds of thousands of years, we've been what's broke, putting us back together, but it's been too challenging until this last really 100 years, basically. And so now this aspect of consciousness is all about the human body. See, we treat our bodies as if, well, I'm fat and I'm not attractive and et cetera, but the creation is not in the consciousness, it's in the physical body thinking and focusing through emotion, creation. And so now there have been enough people, particularly since 1987 when the harmonic convergence occurred, more and more of us all over the world are simply saying we want something different. And that not only is directed at more respect and dignity, appreciation, co-creation, human being to human being, but it is also an evolutionary process that is ingrained within the heart. And so up until the year, really, 1987 started a process. The year 2000 was a huge change. And then 2011, that nature of the Christed aspect of the Creator was brought back onto the planet and installed in the hearts of every human being and the center of the earth. But 2012, in both 12-12-12 and 12-21, is when that third dimensional door of that rage, anger, resentment, conditionality as we've known it in the consciousness was completed. And then we stepped into what might be referred to as a new operating system, like you change your computer, you upgrade your computer. Well, the core of humanity has been upgraded, and that's where we are right now, and there's no going back from this shift in consciousness. It's just now a continuous upgrade. But there is a little asterisk at the end, a little caveat, and that caveat is some assembly required, and also you can't take your baggage with you on this journey. So who you have known yourself to be, which might be angry and doubtful and those kind of words, you can't take that with you. So hence this is where, the book that we wrote, What Do You Mean the Third Dimension is Going Away, has been really focused on, well, what is that third dimension, and then what is the transition, and what are the tools to allow you to become a little bit more focused and managing your emotions and your thoughts more in a more masterful manner.